Since the 4th of January is my 1 year anniversary of the channel, and since sometime last year I started this, the tube of good things, or a place for good memories, as a way of just keeping track of good things that happened throughout the year, because I think good memories are harder to remember than bad ones. I took just a tube that had crisps in it, and I painted it black and put gold on it, and just used it as a way to store all these little origami hearts that I wrote the memories in. And some of them are just silly, and some of them just quite a lot of them in the end. I didn't think there would be this many, considering that for a good few months I didn't actually write any, because I partially forgot that I had them, and I partially was just having a bad time, really. So I thought I'd open at least a few of them so that you could see. I think we'll do these two first because they stand out from the rest that I read. I mean, anyone that's been on Adam's stream before knows that I hate yellow, and this one only exists because I couldn't find the red paper when I wrote it. It's just a little 25 videos on YouTube in May. I don't know how many I have now. It must be closer to 50. It might not seem like a lot, but I really struggle with consistency. I mean, if you follow me, then you can tell that, because I hardly ever upload, and when I do, I upload like 6 videos. I just struggle with that in general, really, but my concentration's been really bad this year. Little green one. This is a post-it. This Christmas I made both of my sisters a jumper. I crocheted them, but I started so late on in like December that it was pretty hard, and they might not have got done, but they did, and I finished them with like plenty of time. Made money for the first time June, July 2020. Like, yeah, this is really important. This year, although I wasn't technically employed, I did make money. I made a lot of masks for my own family, and I had a lot left over, and some people at my sister's work wanted some, so I think I charged like £4 or £5 for them, and I made about £30, and it was a really big moment for me, which might sound silly, But, you know, I've been a neat for a while now. I got my first comment on my webtoon that I was drawing in February. I don't think I've drawn anything for it since, but I really want to get back to drawing my webtoon because it's really good for getting good at drawing. You have to challenge yourself with like things like backgrounds and facial expressions and hands and stuff like that. Let's attempt to speed this up a bit. I bought some seeds online for food in March because we were on the edge of lockdown, or we were in lockdown then, I can't remember when the first one started, and it was super hard to buy food anywhere, so I convinced my family to buy some seeds to grow things and to grow some potatoes, so like if that kept going that we wouldn't starve. Luckily didn't end up being that bad, things got better pretty quickly, but I think it was important. I found the important letter with my medical information on it so that I can order my prescription online. This was important. I have only just copied the information into somewhere that I can find it again. It's not on this one letter. It's kind of important when you take as much medication as me to actually started taking a new medication, even though I'm scared of taking it. This was when I got put on the second blood pressure medication because my blood pressure wasn't coming down. Fun times. Doesn't help when your medication side effects are like terrifying. Finished refurbishing desk sometime in January. I'm still using the desk, it's pretty fine. The paint hasn't really lived up to what I hoped it would do, so I might have to repaint it again, but it's like the first DIY thing that I've done completely on my own without my dad. And I bought kitchen worktop for like £80 from the local shop. Feels like 7 years ago I did that. The first time I ever got gifted a sub on Twitch. It was like, it felt like a really big thing. That was in January. It's got gold paint on it, shiny. I uploaded my first YouTube video sometime in January 2020. It was a big step because I'd had one before, but I think the name, YouTube didn't like the name, so I uploaded very similarly to the way I do now, and I would get like no views at all. Started playing the keyboard again in February. I haven't played it that much this year since then, mainly because my keyboard is huge and I have no space to play it, and it annoys everyone else in my family because it's so loud and I hate listening to it with my headphones. Switch on. Had a Christmas party with my grandma and my auntie, who we haven't seen since sometime in August because of the rules and stuff, but everyone had been at home and basically self-isolating, and you know, it was safe to do it, and it was really great seeing them. caught up with my emails and didn't freak out too much about being the shoe that we've been waiting for to drop for a while now. And then there's a realisation of there are other things we can do. That was in December and it was not a good time. But I don't know. I don't think I really wanted to do it. I'll go back, so. January 25th, Adam made me a mod on his stream. The writing in this is terrible because I used a pen that had like no ink left in it. But yes, that's like one of the biggest things that's happened this year. And I was really touched by it because Adam gave me mod on his channel so that I had the power to get rid of people that were being creepy to me, which really meant a lot. In March I started drawing digitally again. I don't know why I'd stopped. I think I go through phases of not doing stuff because I get freaked out by it not going as well. This has been a problem for a long time. I didn't end up getting to see that doctor because COVID happened, but we shall see. And we pretty much know what's wrong. Finally bought a new handbag with a strap that's long enough. That was in January. I haven't. Imagine clothes shopping. Imagine being able to do that. There was a day we used to buy clothes in person. January. I made an appointment to see a doctor about my potential PCOS, even though it terrifies me. 2019. Did I really start this that long ago? It's 2021, still haven't seen a doctor. Because of COVID. Helped a friend deal with a weirdo sometime in May. I have no idea what this is in reference to. I have no idea if it's a reference to. If it was you, I'm glad that I was able to help. Oh, this is written in pencil. I went to therapy even though I didn't want to and I wasn't very well. That was in January. I feel like the new therapist I got this year has been more helpful than anyone else I've ever seen in the past 10 years, which I think is good. Shared my YouTube with mods in Adam's Discord in April. I used to do that a lot, like just show Terran and Mario and Walnut and Adam stuff back in the day because I was shy. I helped a friend through a bad time, February. Adam, this one's about you. But I was really grateful to be able to help back then. especially when it's with knowledge of stuff that like I've been through myself. I made a bowl in March. I started sewing a lot this year. I mean, not generally small things, but like I made a dress, I made a lot of masks, I made bracelets, I made the first money from art this year that I've ever done, and it really, really made a lot of like boosted my confidence. So like Sapphire, like you really meant a lot that you liked my work and that like you thought it was good enough to give money for. And that's, I don't know, that sounds really weird. And like, I don't know, it felt very, very weird to get money for art, especially when like I don't think it's that great personally, but people around me like it, and that means a lot. This was a very important thing. When I came back from uni, I took most of my clothes out of the carrier that I put them in and hung them back up, but there was some clothes that I left in there till January 2020. So it was pretty much like 9 months later. In April, I had over 100 views on YouTube, accumulatively. But recently, I think the snow video and the ladybird both have over 100 views each, which is, in the grand scheme of things, very, very small, but pretty big to me. Considering most of my views get videos. Most of my videos get views that are like 4, 7, 15, something like that. In February, I asked for help when I needed it and expressed that well, which isn't something that usually happens. In January, I talked about our webtoon to people on Adam's stream, back when I used to call him Fully Biased using it. Imagine doing that. And they all liked it and went to look at it and shared it with people. It was very important. This isn't the webtoon that I started drawing that year, I think. I think it's the old webtoons I have about psychosis and autism and stuff. I think it was those ones. Christmas Day. I had a pretty good time. I think it was very helpful for Christmas to fall when it did in the whole cold. It's snowing and it's pretty. That was back in February. I'll switch back on in February. It snowed since, but it hasn't really laid. I do a thing on a website where I translate Asian dramas, and you have to do a certain amount of subtitles to renew your status, and it's been rough this year to do that. I came to a really big understanding this year that all the way through my mental health treatment, people have prioritised the fact that I hallucinate over everything. And this year I realised that the pain is worse, and that if I wasn't in pain, then I wouldn't be hallucinating probably. So hopefully I can do something about pain first instead of treating it as a side effect of hallucinating. In September, I played on Jelly Peas Minecraft realm, and that's like the first time I've played with friends in a game for a very long time, and most of the time I didn't really know how to play because I just haven't played with friends before, so like I never knew like how do you start to talk to people, how do you play. It was really weird, but like it meant a lot that like I got asked to do that. Speaking of playing with friends, this is the time I played Roblox with Adam and Heron in February, and my internet was so bad that I only saw like 2 frames every minute. So we tried to climb a mountain, and I just kept falling all the time because I had like I was just seeing a slideshow. I tried to take a new inhaler. I was scared to take it because it's different than the one I normally have, and I did take it and I had an allergic reaction. So now I'm just back to my old one. I have 20 YouTube videos. This is when Adam and other people in the Discord made me a birthday video. And it like legitimately was like really amazing because I haven't really celebrated a birthday with people other than my family since like 2008. Look at me celebrating continuity that hasn't continued since. I went to my asthma clinic appointment and I made a good medical decision. I should have had like 4 appointments since then. Made a new scrunchie. I made a lot of scrunchies this year because I bought the wrong elastic for masks and ended up just making a lot of them instead. I joined a voice call even though I was feeling bad about myself in December. I had to write this post-it note and like look at it whilst I was joining the voice call because it was I don't know, I just felt weird because I can't really tell if I'm friends with someone, even though obviously I am friends and everyone said that we're friends. Like it's very hard for me to notice like whether I'm being invited to things or not. So you have to actively tell me, like, Raven, we're doing this, come to it. Because I won't like voluntarily come on my own. Because I would think like, oh, if I turn up then like people are going to be like, oh, she turned up and she wasn't invited. And it'll make it awkward. So just tell me if you want me to go somewhere or do something, because I won't like initiate anything on my own. I opened my second YouTube video in January. Let's try and go a bit faster. Made a new end screen in March. I still have that somewhere, but I need to make a new one. Don't know what I'm doing. Survived the Christmas food shop. Went and got my blood taken like a good girl. That's when I was getting my blood sugar tested. Talked about some real shit at therapy, even though it was cringy. I can't remember what that was about. Obviously, it was helpful. This is May, when the art competition in Adam's Discord started. There's going to be another one. I just need to do some stuff. Rearranged my room. It has since gone back to where it was before. Oh, this is the one that I wrote today. Spent a whole year making YouTube videos, even though there's no consistency in them, and people watch them, and I'm grateful for that. I wrote the Y the wrong way around. That's why it looks weird. First time I swallowed all my medicine in one go, like a pro. The first time I actually requested my medication before it ran out, like a pro. Rang the doctors back and talked about a problem, like a pro. The stream on the 15th to the 16th of January was really good. Apparently, I don't remember it in particular, but apparently I had a good time on Adam's stream. You all might have realised this a long time before me, but this is when I actually realised. So, yeah. Oh, good. Sorted through papers. It's not letting me put off things, especially cleaning. I have 5 YouTube subscribers. I have 17 now. 2 of them are me. Hey, this is when me and Adam used to hang out in voice calls on Discord, and he would just watch me draw things. And they were really important to me at the time, because I really couldn't speak properly back then. Like, if you think I have delayed speech or slow speech now, it's nothing compared to back then. I couldn't string 2 words together, and I would have just go back and watch old videos on the channel that have me speaking in them to see what it was like for Adam. Except it was worse because I wouldn't write a script. Started gardening. I haven't done it since. I have a lot of kale. Started painting again. I have not been doing that as much, but I'm trying to do it more now. I hung out with people on stream and won 2 games. I think I was back in the days where Adam would play Jackbox games just constantly, and it just burned before he got burnt out. Had 10 videos on YouTube. Went on a Christmas walk with my sisters. It's what we do every year on Christmas Eve. Go look at all the lights. It was nice to do something normal. Adam used my drawing for his channel. That's when you know, the little apricot thing for the channel points, and the apricot boy, I call it, like in Discord. It's a emote that you can use. I send him. I just like, he was talking about making one, someone making it for him for ages, and I just was like, I don't want to, senpai. I got really anxious about it, and I just like DM'd him like, I like, you don't have to use it. Like, I don't, like, I made this thing, and like I was bored, and like it didn't take me any time, so like you don't have to worry about that. And like I just made it because like you said that you said, and then Adam used it, and then now it's iconic. Changed my bed like an adult. You noticed a lot of these are like, I cleaned today because depression makes you not want to. I watched the first episode of Good Omens with my mother, even though sitting down to do stuff is hard. It still remains hard. Good Omens is really good. You should read it, or watch it, or listen to it. I cleaned my room and hid my pet. This is like a recent one too. When James Acaster told Lorraine to fuck off because she alluded to Piers Morgan being a hero around New Year's on the last leg. It was genuinely hilarious. Started feeling like therapy is actually helping in October, because they're both the same month. Ha ha ha. Went to appointment despite being scared of COVID-19 in March. I feel like I took it seriously a lot sooner before everyone else did around. Got my first YouTube subscriber and comment on the 18th of January. Day 2 of learning Welsh. I've really felt behind on this recently. I'm going to make a new thing, a new timetable. Ooh, in November I learned how to make Twitch and YouTube overlays. I made one for Adam, I made one for me. I'm going to make some more. Shared my YouTube with everyone in Discord in May. It took a while to go from like making things to telling mods about things to letting everyone know. And now I just post it in self-promo. Helped a friend through a hard time. I feel like I have a few of these. Finished editing a video I've been putting off in February. You notice like they're all either early in the year or late in the year. Memento Mori to Buenos Aires. Watching the last, like the death, the funeral, the celebration of his life was very important to me. Like, you're someone with anxiety, making things is hard, but seeing people making things and then deleting them is very, like, it's more than that. But found my mic and cleaned my room. This is when I put my mic in a shoe and then couldn't find it. Made 10 YouTube videos. We're in the home stretch now. I went to an appointment I was scared of. I didn't panic about a mistake. Found out how to record game footage, though I don't do it because it my computers. I still need to buy a new graphics card. I have 2 subscribers on YouTube, and the last one, it snowed on Christmas Eve, and it was pretty, and I loved it. So, I want to thank everyone who has supported me through this whole year. Like, I could go through name by name, but my computer literally will blow up if I try to make a video this long. I'm going to make another one maybe, talking to everybody separately. So yeah, thank you. I want to try and be more consistent this year, but who knows what's going to happen.